What's up, everybody? So yes, I am back in Medellin. I'm back in the city of Eternal Spring. Pretty crazy being here because I have so many memories. A lot of good ones, a lot of bad ones. There's one thing that I didn't realize until I came to Medellin the second time around that will cause a lot of expats to leave this place. When I was here in Medellin, I felt alone all the time. I felt like it was very hard to make friends. I wasn't a huge fan of all the expats that came here because if you guys spent any time on the expats page, you know that a lot of them are really toxic. A lot of them are trying to run away from their problems back at home, so they're kind of like not the greatest people. So when I was here, I tried to stay away from expats as much as possible. And I'm lucky that I was able to make a few Colombian friends here, but it was because I lived with them, or they were my landlord, or there was always like another reason for us being friends. I'm grateful that, you know, I was able to meet David. I was able to meet some other people here, and him and I, we are friends. He's been here for like 5 or 6 years, and he was telling me that for him, it was hard for him trying to find friends. When you meet a girl, usually it's with intentions of dating, right? And trying to make like Colombian guy friends, most of the times they just so involved in their own cliques that it's hard to like get into that group and actually try to be friends with them. All my friends in Manizales are pretty much from my church, you know, we have our community and it's great. But here in Medellin, I was going to a church, I was trying to like befriend people and they were friendly, but I felt like they were just like their own friend group and they didn't let outsiders in. And now that I'm really thinking about it, that's a big problem that I see a lot of expats face here. And if you guys have spent time here in Medellin, right, there's a lot of like talk nowadays about how great the city is, you know, how beautiful Colombia is. And I'm not gonna lie, look, like the city is beautiful, you know. Medellin, no matter where you go, there are always nice views. The thing that I noticed this time around, coming back, Medellin is a really beautiful city, but the environment is very heavy. I wouldn't say it's as heavy as Pereira, but the heat, it feels, everything is like so tight here. It's very chaotic. Yesterday we were in a centro comercial, right? We were walking around the Unicentro, and I was just like, dude, there's just so many people everywhere. It's just so busy. Look at all this noise, right? Just honking, people are just honking, there's traffic all the time. And it's such a big city that you can't, it's very hard to like meet people and develop real relationships, you know? When I was in LA, one of the reasons why I left, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why I left, but I just live so far from all of my friends, and I have all the friends that I grew up with, that I went to college with, you know, and I still keep in touch with some of them. But if I'm being real, in Manizales, we have our community. My girl has friends that she's been friends with for like 30 years. And these are the friends that, like literally Jorge, right? I called him, I'm telling him, we're arriving to Pereira at 9:30 at night. And it's a 1-hour drive from Manizales. And I asked him if he can pick us up, and he said, yeah, bro, not a problem. Like, he does it with love, and it's not even an issue, you know? When I was here in Medellin, I feel like I never found friends like that. And even in LA, with all the time that I spent there, even that, I don't even really have a lot of friends there either. And for all the people that have come, for all the people that are living here, I would love to hear your opinions. The guy that I'm renting this from, that's the problem that he told me that he had. I remember I met a few people when I was still living in Medellin doing the tourist stuff. Everybody would always live alone. They would have their own apartment in Poblado, whatever, right? But it was always, they were just always alone in their apartment. They never had like the community like I have in Manizales. And that's the big reason why I love Manizales and I want to raise my family there, and why I'm never going to move back to Medellin to live. And when it comes to dating, right, usually you have to go date in friend groups, but I feel like here it's very hard to enter friend groups, especially as a foreigner. Like as foreigners, we just kind of have this reputation that we come for a weekend, you know, or we come for like a month. We try to hook up with as many people as possible and we leave. In the first 3 months in Manizales, I found more friends there that had my back, that were supportive, that were actually real friends, than my whole entire time here in Medellin. My Venezuelan friend Sonner, he helped me out through a lot, you know, so I take care of him, you know, we're still buddies. But in general, right, he was the only guy that I met here in Medellin that really had my back. In Manizales, I have like a list of 20 people where if someone were to try to mess with me on the street, or they need to pick me up at the airport, I can call on any of them and they'll be there immediately. When I hear about the hospitality of Colombian people, that's what I think people want. Unfortunately, most expats don't get that experience. You know, I'm very fortunate. God has blessed me with a good woman and great people around me. So I made a video between like Colombia and Mexico, right? Some people said that Colombians are friendly, but they're like fake nice, but they don't really let you into their friend group. And I actually think that is a very fair point. If I'm being real, like I'm thinking about all my subscribers that I met. Most of the expats that I know here, they'll probably hang out with a girl here and there that they probably met on Tinder. That's a big thing too. Like most dating here happens online. I feel like I rarely see them with like Colombian groups or Colombian friends the way I do, the way that I have in Manizales, you know? And all the friends that I've had that have come to Manizales have always wanted to stay because of the people and the homeliness that they feel in that city. And that's something that Medellin does not have. One thing that I noticed when we were walking around in Poblado is that literally every single foreigner that was here, they were either walking alone. I would say 90% of them were walking by themselves, or they were with some girl that they were probably dating at the time. But almost never do I see foreigners hanging out with like Colombian people. Yeah, you come here and it's cheaper to live here, but I feel like you can't escape this feeling of feeling alone. Yeah, I feel like that's just something that's so common here. But I feel like that's the main reason why most people are choosing to leave Medellin. What do you guys think about that? Do you agree? Do you not agree? Let me know in the comments below. All right, peace. Bye.